All right, family. Once again, peace and love and unity. Glory to the Creator always. This video here is basically going to be explaining that the Negro Americans are the Indians, and I have another video I want to share with the sister that explains that. And it's very important that we know this, y'all, that we get this down. But I'm gonna explain to y'all on my behalf of the research of it. This is a thing by Paul T. Murray, who is an Indian, who is a Negro, Virginia Indians in the World War II draft. Okay, this is how it looks. I'm gonna put it close as I can. I don't know if y'all can see it or not, but of course, as y'all can see, I highlight proof, the evidence. Okay, this says during the Second World War, a small group of Virginia Indians challenged the prevailing system of racial classification. When called to register with the Selective Service system, they listed their race as Indian. Local draft boards, however, would not accept this claim. They recall that in antebellum days, some of the registering ancestors had married free Negroes. Based on this evidence, the boards insisted that the proper classification for all alleged Indians was Negro. The Indians were adamant in refusing this designation. Draft boards members were equally determined not to classify the men as Indians because such a classification would mean that they would be sent to military service together with whites. For 5 years, the Indians appealed this decision through the channels of the State and Federal Selective Service Bureau. Okay, family, as y'all can see, this paper here is specifically saying that the Negro people are the Indians. Okay, I highlighted it's all in this second paragraph, from the beginning of the second paragraph to the end of it. You know, you can read the whole thing, you know, that's okay. But I just highlight the main points of the points we trying to prove. But you got to have all the research, not just half, but all of it. So that's an article specifically proof that by Paul T. Murray that Negro people are the Indians. Okay. Now, if you take a good look at this, Joe Brown supports human rights, and I will have the link to this. This is proof that Negro people are the Indians. This says in 2010, this writer discovered that his family bloodline was old blood, like many dark people living in Memphis, and his family line came from Mississippi, Tennessee, Arkansas region, the historic homeland to hundreds of thousands of dark-skinned indigenous people who the Spanish invaders called Indians or Indios. Unfortunately, because they were dark Indians, the United States legally unlawfully classified each as Negro. According to the United States Department of Interior agent Walter Plecker and government historian Jack Forbes, the Negro today are the descendants of those people referred to as the Chata, Choctaw, Chickasaw, Shakitahuma, Chakachuma Creek, Yamasee, Seminole, Washita, Blackfoot, Shawnee, Shoshone, and many other southern tribes. Okay, y'all, think about it. Who are the Negro today? Who are they? They're not the Europeans. They're not the Europeans. There are the colored people, which are the Negroes. They are the indigenous people that we see every day, everywhere we go, which is us. Now, let's go to Dr. Martin Luther King's speech. Dr. Martin Luther King says, 100 years later, the Negro is still languished in the corners of American society and finds himself in exile in his own land. Okay. Once again, family, let's look at Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King was of the indigenous people. He was of the indigenous people. He represented indigenous people. He was the Negro of that time. The people are the Negroes today. We still have them today. So, with that being said, let's refer back to that race sheet. Let's refer back to the race sheet. An American Indian, a person having origins in any of the original peoples of North and South America, including Central America. Does all this information I described as Negro explain that person having origins of the original people of North, South, and Central America? You know, it's self-explanatory. We just have to dig up. We have to dig up what's covered up from us, and they don't want us to know who we are. So now, off of the first video I made to now, the Indians were classified as Indian, colored, Negro. So all of these people are the same person now. They subdivided us into different groups. You know, so Negro of America, you are the American Indian. Wake up. Do your research. Hey, Mr. Chihuahua. Y'all, this is Mr. Chihuahua. Say hey. I guess he wanted to be in the video today. I had to bring him in the house. It's a little hot outside. But once again, family, peace, love, and unity. I thank the Creator so much for blessing me. Once again, family, let's do this. And let's stand together. Let's stand together for the sake of our people and our land. The Creator blessed us with this land. So my next video, family, is going to be about how Columbus described the people. And the reason why I'm doing that video is simply because people think the Indians are the light-skinned people you see on TV. I refuse to... See, I'm a light-skinned Indian. I'm Indian. But I'm not going to outstep my original Indians, which are the darker people. They are closer in line in their blood of the Aboriginal, which I'm close to. But what I'm saying is I'm not going to outstep them because that's my family. A person my color descended from a dark-skinned Indian. I did not descend from a European. Maybe there's a European blood somewhere in the line, but the Negro, the Indian blood is the dominant. There's no way you can outstep the original Aboriginals of this country. There's no way. So European, you have one drop Indian, but you can be classified as an Indian. But you are 99 drops Indian, but one drop may be black or European. You cannot be classified as an Indian. You know, that's ignorant. That's very ignorant. So family, I'm going to continue on. I love y'all. I'll be praying for y'all. And like I said, the next video is about how Columbus described the Indians. We're going to get off into this, y'all. We're together. Peace.